Hi folks, and again I hope you're all keeping well. Today I'm going to bring you a short video just to show you a little bit more about this Zoom R8. When I bought it back at Christmas, I did make a short video, and I did say once I got a bit more experience behind using it I'd make a more in-depth video. Well, here it is. Still only going to be sort of a basic recording, but just to show you a bit more about how the Zoom R8 works, and also with a bit better audio quality. I noticed some of the videos that are on YouTube about the R8, the audio quality is a bit lacking on them. I think they're just miking it up through the speakers or whatever, but the way that I've got this connected up, it's coming direct line into the camera, so hopefully the sound quality should be a little bit better. So let me just give you a brief insight of how I've got this set up. So I've got it running on a power supply here, so there's a power supply connection in the side, standard USB type power supply, although it will run on 4 AA batteries, so I've got 4 AA's inside there which backs up the timer, etc. It's very useful to have that as well, but running it on the power supply obviously is good. Nice quiet power supply, no noticeable noise, and you've got input 1 and input 2 over here. Then we've got output left and output right. The phones, which is how I've got the output connected to the camera at the moment, so the phone's output is the connection into the camera, and so that's how that's working. So let's switch it on and show you how it comes to life. A little on-off switch at the back. Now hopefully I've got the camera set up to a light level where you can see a little bit of the display. It's only a tiny display unfortunately, but it's quite a good display in the fact that it's quite a nice contrast on it, so it is a fairly easy to see display, although it is very small. So when you switch it on, it will load up the last project that you was using on the recorder. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to create a new project. So press the project button over here and select new. So new project. We can give it a name. So at the moment it's just called PRJ006, but if you hit enter you can go in there and rename it. So I'm just going to call it demo, I think. Won't spend too long about renaming it. So using this jog wheel over here, you can set up the names. If I can spell demo. Demo. There we are, demo. So press enter. It will ask you if you want to continue on with the settings from the previous project, but most of the times I like to reset it, so I go down to settings and I choose reset, press enter, and then execute, and it will then create this new project. So it's called demo 06 on the display there. I'm not sure whether the camera's picking that up or not, but I can see something in this small camera display, so hopefully there is something there to see. So the input to the R8 is coming via the output of a mixing desk just over here. Where's my finger? Just over here I've got a mixing desk set up. So stereo mixing desk, 6 inputs, 2 outputs, and the 2 outputs are going into the 2 inputs over here. So being as it's stereo, I like to record in stereo, and if I've got a stereo source, let's say. So the output of the JDXI obviously is stereo, so I'm going to select channels 7 and 8 as recording channels, and when I do this I will go into the pan EQ settings and I will pan channel 7 all the way to the left and channel 8 all the way to the right, and exit from there. Right, I need to get some signal into the recorder now. So we've got the recording channels over here. So if I switch record channel 1 on and record channel 2, we've now got recording inputs on both channels, and we can then pop some level through. So let's pop some sound through. I usually try and find the highest part of the recording and then peak the recording levels over here with that. So it's a line input that's going into the recorder. So I've got the gain control set to line, and I'm just adjusting the output of the mixing desk to give me about 0 or just under 0 on the display. So that's roughly about the right level that I want. So this is what I'm going to record. It's just a short piece. It's the Persuaders TV theme. Some of you may know it, but probably you youngsters won't know it. If you were born when I was born, back in 1959, you may have come across this in the 60s or so. I think it was the early 70s detective TV series with Roger Moore and Tony Curtis, I think it was. So this, I have done this once before as a recording, but I didn't ever put it on YouTube, and I don't think I shared it with many people either. So it might be something new that you've heard. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to record a backing track onto channel 7 and 8. So this is going to be my backing track to work from, and then I'm going to put a lead track on top of that. So let's record this short backing track to start with. First of all, let's set up the tempo. So we've got a nice feature on this where we've got a built-in metronome. So the tempo for this song is 140 beats per minute. So if I switch to tempo and crank that up to 140, so I'm turning the tempo control up to 140, and then I can go into the tool setting. I can go into metronome, and I can change the sound of the metronome. So I want it to sound, I like the stick sound, so it will give me a nice stick sound. I'm not going to have the metronome running all the way through, but I like a pre-count. So it will give you a pre-count into when the recording actually starts. So I use a pre-count of 4, so you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're recording. It's quite nice to have that sort of pre-count in, especially if something starts instantly. The recording doesn't actually start until the pre-count finishes. If you follow me, it might be more clear in a minute. So let's just exit out of that now. We've got recording channels 7 and 8 armed. I press record on there. Nothing's actually going to start recording until I hit this play button, and then again you'll hear the pre-count. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll hit the play key over here on the JDXI, and then we'll start doing some recording. So it won't take too long, probably about 30 seconds to a minute, but I'll be humming in the background because I like to hum the tune so that I get the I sort of get the timing right then. If you follow me, let's give it a try. So here we go. So I'm just fading that out on the mixing disc now. And then we can end the recording. So what we've got, 1 minute 29, 1.5 minutes just about, isn't it? So that's not bad. So if I just wind that back to the beginning, so quick jump to the beginning, press stop and rewind, then hit the play and have a listen. Sounding good. I don't have to listen to it all the way through. So that's 7 and 8. We don't want to record over them anymore. Don't want to accidentally record over them. So we press 7 and 8, turn them back to green. They're now safe. They won't record over. So I'm going to record a lead track onto. Let's try put it on track 1. So I'm going to record a lead. I'm going to use my old Juno D synthesizer. So I've got a sound set up over here that I want to use, and I will then try and record this over the top without making too many mistakes. But you know me, I'll probably play a bum note here or there. But the beauty is you can soon go back in and correct it again. So wind it back to the beginning. Remembering the notes. I think I've got it. We'll give it a try anyway, doesn't matter if it goes wrong. So far. And I know what I didn't do. I didn't set a recording level over here. Let's see if it's made any difference. Let's go back to the beginning. Play. Now that second time I played it, I played some bum notes in there. So a nice thing I can do a punch-in edit on that now. So they weren't deliberate, honestly. So all I need to do, hit record now, and just do that bit again. obviously you won't hear the join. Let's just wind it back to where that edit was, roughly about there, I think. So that's where I punched in. All sounding good. So the last thing you might want to do is make that into a master recording. So we hit master record and we get our levels roughly where we want them, so roughly on the 0 dB line. Wind it back to the beginning, press record, press play. So this is now creating a master recording for me. And then we can bring it to a stop when it fades out. So that master recording now is a stereo 44.1 stereo 44.1 CD quality WAV file, which is stored inside the R8. Just by using the USB, then you can connect that up to a computer and get that WAV file out. We can have a listen back to it now. Just press master again, and you see the master now turns to green, so we're just going to hear the master track. So we don't have to listen to it all the way through, but I think you get the general idea of what's happening there. So there's obviously, this machine will do an awful lot more. We can put effects on it, we can change the compression levels and things like that, but to make a simple recording like that, that's basically it. So if you found that useful, or if you'd like me to do any more videos on the R8, I will certainly have a go. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care, all the best, and bye for now.